Hello bookish friends in the internet, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading, and for today's video I'm coming at you with a huge stack of books, and that's because I'm about to talk about series September, which is happening all throughout the whole month of September, and this is hosted by, I'm gonna say her name wrong, Kristia. Is it Krista? Over at Books and Jams. I probably said your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Over at Books and Jams, she's hosting another round of series September, and I couldn't tell I couldn't decide what colors to put my ring light, or not my ring light, my LED lights on. So I have them on different colors throughout the video. So if that's distracting, I'm sorry. I just thought it would be cool. Anyways. It's happening throughout the whole month of September. There is a bingo board here. I'll put on the screen right here. There's a bingo board that goes along with these 9 challenges. I'm gonna go over all the challenges. If you are participating in this readathon, use the hashtag series September 23. I'll leave that info either here on the screen or down below in the description. Most likely in the description. Go check down below. But anyways, I have 9 challenges here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books here, and one of them, the math will make sense once I go through the challenges. So thank you, Kristia, for hosting this round. I cannot wait to partake in this. Wow, excuse me. And hopefully I'll get some of these series off my list, because I've only completed 10 series this year, and that's good, but also bad. So let's jump into the reading challenges. So challenge 1 is to read a hype book. Challenge 2 is to start a series. Challenge 3 is double, which means read a book in a duology, read 2 books in the same series, or you can read a second book in the series. Next challenge is read a recommendation, because the word recommendation didn't fit on the bingo board, so it just says rec. So read a book that was recommended to you by somebody else. Finish a series, very simple. Finish one of your series that you have. New, the next prompt is new, and that can be a new to you series, a new to you author, anything along those lines. Number 7 is triple, 3 books in the same series if it's long series, or you can read the 3rd book in a trilogy, which is what I did, and read a book that's part of a trilogy. So like could have done like the 2nd book of a trilogy, if it makes sense. Challenge 8, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Challenge 8 is old. A series has been on your shelf, or something that you started a long time ago, which that one took me a minute to think of, but I actually have a book for that. And then challenge 9 is chunky. Read a book over 500 pages or a series that is really long. So those are the 9 challenges. I'll leave them all down below in the description box in case I read them too fast for you guys. But here is my TBR for each of the challenges. So for reading a hype book, this first one I am going to be reading, I think we're starting it this week, so it might not count for this readathon, because this is happening throughout the whole month of September. I am filming this on August 26th right now, so I don't know if I'm going to start this book tomorrow with my friend, or if we're going to wait till next week to read it. But I am going to be reading for, what is it, a hype book? Yeah, read a hype book. I'm going to be reading Middle Game by Shauna McGuire. I am going to be buddy reading this with my friend Sydney. You guys know and love her on this channel. I have my tabs set up for how many pages we are reading. I have my annotation key set up, and I have my page breakdown set up, so I'm very excited to be annotating this book. Hopefully the tabs will look as pretty as I think they will. This is the first book in a duology 5-book series. I'm not too sure. All I know is I have book 2 on my shelf, so if I do get around to reading this, this will be off my TBR shelf, and then I can jump into book 2. Also for this book, this was on my 5-star prediction list that I have, so I'll be getting a book off of my 5-star prediction list because I have 3 books left, and I actually have one of the 3 books in this stack as well. So for a hype book, I am going to be reading Middle Game, and I'm excited. I don't really know too much about it, so I'm kind of going into this book blind, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know where to put them because I'm definitely not going to hold them up at the end because it's going to be too heavy. Next is to start a series, and this one I had to think about for a little bit as well, but I was like, ooh, this is actually perfect. I've been meaning to start this trilogy. I literally own all 3 books from Owlcrate, so like I should be able to like start the series, you know? And this has been on my TBR multiple times on my channel, and that is Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater. I am very excited, but also nervous to get to this just because it's been a while since I read the Raven Boys series, so I don't know if I should do a reread of the Raven Boys series this fall. But I am going to be reading Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the first book in the Dreamer trilogy. I know Lala over at Books and Lala just wrapped up this trilogy herself, and she said she loved it. So I'm excited to see what that means for me because we have similar reading tastes, or also very different reading tastes. Because she's more of a thriller person than I am. But I'm excited for this. I had this on my TBR ever since I bought it from Alecto, so hopefully I can get around to this one in the month of September, and if I don't, I can just push it off to October because I want to try and binge read this trilogy this fall because I literally own all 3 books from Owlcrate. So thank you, Owlcrate. The next book is to double up or to read a second book in the duology or to read 2 books of the same series. And for me, the 2 books of the same series I am going to be doing is the last 2 books in the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy by Kerri Maniscalco. And it's perfect because the newest book, Throne of the Fallen, comes out in October, I believe, so that will give me plenty of time to catch up. I'm going to be buddy reading these with my friend Lori. I meant to read book 2, Kingdom of the Curse, for my book club last year, but I never got around. Well, actually, I started it, but I never got around to finishing it. And I don't know why, because I was really loving Kingdom of the Curse. So hopefully I will restart. I'm obviously going to restart this. I got this chapter 5, page 65. So we love that. Hopefully I'll restart this in the month of September and then read it all the way through. I literally pre-ordered book 3 last year and I haven't read it yet, so I'm kind of sad that I haven't read this trilogy yet. But I hear nothing but amazing things about this universe. And Kerri Maniscalco is like one of my favorite authors as well. I love Kingdom of the Wicked, which is what book 1 is called, and then I also love the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. So I'm pretty excited to jump back into this world. And if I haven't mentioned yet, I'm buddy reading this with my friend Lori. So I'll leave Lori's channel down below. Also, look how creepy these eyes are. Like, what? But yeah, I'm doubling up and reading books 2 and 3, and then hoping to wrap this trilogy up in the month of September. Next is to read a book that was recommended to you. Sorry, my list is unorganized. And for a book that was recommended to me, I have Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I'm excited for this one. I was supposed to do a read along with all my friends in my Crew Reads book club group chat, but we just haven't had a time to do it yet. So I'm hoping this month for September we can actually start it. And I think book 4 comes out this year. I think. I could be wrong. I'll leave the correct release date down below. This book was recommended to me by so many people on this platform, but mainly this was recommended to me by Sammy over at Books and Dogs and Coffee 91. That's her Instagram and book talk handle, so I'll leave her down below. I'm leaving so many people down below. I'm so sorry, past me. Y'all know what Gideon the Ninth is about. I don't know too much about it. I literally, I own books 1 and 2. Why am I doing this to myself? But I own books 1 and 2. And yeah, I'm nervous. This is on my 5-star prediction list as well. And I still feel like this will be a 5 stars, but I'm scared by this size. So we'll see if I get to this one. But it's like the perfect fall book is what I've been hearing. So hopefully I'll love it. My phone keeps closing and I don't know why. Next challenge is to finish a series. So for this one, I couldn't decide which of the 2 books I wanted to read. I have a duology that I could wrap up, and that is the Keeper of the Night duology. And the book 2 is called The Empress of Time by Kylie Lee Baker. I read book 1 last year now. It's been a whole year since I read book 1, but I remember really loving it. And again, I pre-ordered book 2 after finishing book 1, and I just haven't got around to reading it. But you might see this again because this will be on my fall TBR video that I'm making soon. But yeah, I'm hoping to wrap up this duology, and if I do, I'll be really happy. The other one I can choose if I want to, because I'm gonna have to restart this, I think, because it's been a couple months since I picked this book up. But that is The Behemoth of Chain of Thorns. I was annotating the beginning of it, so here's a little noise for you. I want to say I am on chapter 16, page 285, so I'm definitely going to have to either look up spoiler reviews of the first 285 pages, or I'm just going to have to restart it because I was physically reading it, and I'm shocked I made it that far. Honestly, I should have finished it earlier this year, but I just felt slumpy while reading it, so I put it down for that reason. But once again, hopefully I'll pick this up in the month of September, and hopefully I'll love this one as much as I was enjoying it at the time. And I'm sure I have some weekly vlogs of me reading it, and if I do, links down below. Next is a new to you series or new to you author. I've been meaning to read this book for quite a while now. It's very popular. Book 2 got pushed back to April of next year, so if I do read this in September, I would have a long wait for book 2, and that is the ever oh so popular Iron Widow by Saran J. Zhao, I think is how you say the author's name. If not, please correct me down below. I don't know too much about this, honestly, because it's been a while since I had read the summary, but I know a lot of my friends on Book Talk and even people in my Queer Reads group chat have read this earlier this year and they loved it. The cover for book 2, I'll put it here on the screen on this side, is so stunning. I love the yellow. It's gonna look so nice next to book 1. But yeah, I don't really know too much about this, and I'm excited to go into this blind, but I just been hearing nothing but amazing things about this on this platform. I mean, look at the gorgeous cover. Like, can you not? But yeah, I'm very curious to see what this is going to be about, and hopefully I'll like it because I bought it full price at Barnes & Noble the year it came out. So, and my phone is not working, sorry. And for triple the 3 books in the same series or 3rd book in a trilogy, read a book that's part of a trilogy. I had my mom pick this one for me because I couldn't decide between the 4 options that I had, and she picked A Tale of Sorcery by Chris Colfer. This is the 3rd and final book of the trilogy. Obviously, this is why I picked it for the prompt. Once again, it's been a while since I read book 1 and 2, so maybe I'll have to do some spoiler book reviews to catch up. But they're also pretty short middle grade books, so hopefully I will enjoy it that way and reread the first 2 books and then jump into book 3. But yeah, this was another one that I bought last year and I just haven't got around to reading it. And I'm sad because this is Chris Colfer's like last book he'll do in the Land of Story universe. But I'm excited because I know the Land of Stories is supposedly supposed to be made into a movie. but I haven't heard any news yet, so that will be exciting if it does get turned into a movie. But I'm excited to jump back into this universe, and again, maybe I have to reread book 1 and 2 next month, but hopefully not. So, and we love a good middle grade, because as you can see, all of these are chunky fantasy books, or they're dark and gruesome fantasy books. The next one is old, a series that's been on your shelf, or something that you started a long time ago. This one, The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye, has been on my shelf ever since I bought it back in 2017. And as you can see, I still have my bookmark in here. I'm on chapter 22, page 113. Why do I stop in the middle of books? Do you guys do that too? Let me know down below if you guys do that too, or if that's just a me thing. The first book is The Crown's Game, which I've read twice now. So I might do another read of book 1, or I'm literally just gonna look up book review for book 1, and then I'll restart book 2, and hopefully I'll get this off my list, because this is literally like the oldest book series on my list, and I know there's like a spin-off series to this universe, so if I love the rest of this duology, hopefully I will buy the spin-off series. So I'm pretty excited to get back in this world, even though it's been like years since I bought this book, and it's been years since I read book 1. So this literally came out in 2016, I want to say. 2017, I was 1 year off. So yeah, came out in 2017. So yeah, it's definitely one of my oldest ones. For another old book that I can do, in case I'm not loving this one, I can do Brightly Burned by Kirsten White. This is the third and final book of the And I Darken trilogy. Again, been a while since I read book 1 and 2. You've seen the theme here for this TBR. But I'm pretty excited to get to this. Hopefully I'll love one of these finales, and if I do, another trilogy or duology would be off my list. So in case future me is not in the mood for The Crown's Fate, you have Bright Reburn, future me. Hopefully we love both one either way. And last but not least is chunky, read a book that's over 500 pages, or read a long series. I could have done the Mistborn series, but I want to try and accomplish Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I've been hearing nothing but wonderful things about this, and after finishing Fourth Wing, which I have in my closet right there, after finishing Fourth Wing, I need more dragon books in my life. Like, I just can't wait. I literally own A Day of Fallen Night, which is the prequel to Priory, but I hear if you read this first and then you read A Day of Fallen Night, there'll be some Easter eggs from the first one to the next one, so I'm pretty excited for that. It is categorized as chunky, so if you need a weapon, definitely pick this up for a weapon. I already tabbed this out. I actually tabbed this out last year during the fall, because I put this on my series September list last year, I believe, so if I did, video will be linked down below. But I'm reading this finally, and anybody will want to buddy read this with me, let me know, because I hear it's easy to read, but I also hear it's just dense writing, if that makes sense. So if I get to this, I'll get to this. If I don't, I'm gonna be kind of mad, because this is also on my top 23 books to read in 2023, and this was also recommended to me by Sammy, the same person who recommended me Gideon the Ninth. So if I do read it, I'll get 2 books off my recommendation list. But yeah, we all know about this book, so enough jibber jabber for me. That is everything I am reading for series September. I'm not going to hold up the stack because it's so heavy with all the books I picked. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you need me, I'm going to be reading, because I'm almost finished with 2 books that I'm really loving. So, bye guys.